I'd say Whistler is just one of the most iconic places to ride a bike. So we headed from Silverstar to Kamloops just for a couple of days of riding before heading on to Whistler. Kamloops is another iconic spot in the mountain bike world, especially in the free ride world. There's super cool zones like the gravel pit and the bike ranch. The bike ranch has a bunch of huge jumps, a couple like progressive lines. It was cool to go hit that spot with Brady and Janelle.
Hey guys! Welcome to the free ride segment.
Ready for the eighth. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pine's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Time's money, money pays. You ain't ready for the eighth. She ain't ready for the eighth. Fake clothes, same watch. Fake crepe, same fucks. Bait squad, say lots. But flop, ain't what I'm on. Aim up, don't stop. We beat leveling. Proceeds increase heavily. Don't need this man's energy. I be the one, beat the one. I don't make a song to make a song. And the vibe is right. The mic will let me onto the signs. I light up. I just spit the strong in the line. Pick me first before I'm gone. I am straight sicker with the work mate. I don't fidget when I burst straight. Minimal talk when I work late. Fuck what you think by my work rate. Celebrate wins like a birthday. This is 3-6, got a mean list to the tracks. You man busy sleeping when I brainstorm as a plan. Linked handy on the underground. I don't even have to ask. Miss laughing with my brother now. I ain't talking about Dan. Catch up when he lands. Snapshot with a fam. KL did a madness. Backseat going ham. Come see how we ride out. Short change but we smile proud. Been blazed for a while now. Stay ready for the jam. We be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pine's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Time's money, money pays. You ain't ready for the eighth. She ain't ready for the eighth. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pine's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Time's money, money pays. You ain't ready for the eighth. She ain't ready for the eighth.
We went to the gravel pit one evening just to hit the scree slopes and cut a few skids in there. Super fun to actually do a bit of riding with Janelle because that's something I actually haven't done heaps of outside of racing or an event. This is the true sign that you have been free riding. Rolling into Whistler, there's just like an extra excitement compared to other places. It really feels like the home of Crankworx and the big grand finale. Growing up, I always idolised that place and that was somewhere I really wanted to go. And then when I finally did, it just exceeded all expectations. There's just bikes everywhere, home to some of the most iconic trails and lines and features. It's just a really cool, fun vibe to be around. Air DH, Garbo DH, pump track, dual slalom and whip-offs. 5 events and 3 bikes. Garbo DH and Air DH are 2 vastly different events. The only similarity is that they both go downhill. Garbo is around 15 minutes long. Here we go, dropping in, Garbo downhill. Super rough, super techy, lots of rocks, got a few little climbs in there.
Only just made that.
you just have to pace yourself because it's so goddamn long. 80H is less than 5 minutes, is on A-line, which is a jump track. Super physical, but you're just trying to squish jumps and pump the whole way down. Really cool crowds, especially on the moon booter. Everyone's cheering you on and whooping and hollering. So the party train in 80H was quite special this year because we had Annika Burton who joined us. She wanted to come back and do 80H as her sort of final race run to officially retire. I raced a lot with Annika at the start of my Crankworx career, and it was cool to be able to ride with her again.
There's probably a bunch of crazy guys everywhere.
It was really fun just to be able to ride with the team in the bike park, just do a couple chill laps. Not be trying to practice lines or trying to race or do an event.
Anytime we get to ride all together, it's pretty fun.
Really fun to just follow Jayden and Janelle down some jumps and have some fun. Whip-offs actually started as an unofficial event and just people getting together and trying to do big whips. It became an official event and now it's heaps of people watching, huge crowd, everyone's trying to throw down as big as they can. It's super cool atmosphere and really fun to watch.
How's it feeling? How's it running?
Watching Janelle at Whip-Offs, I was really impressed with just how much she's improved in the space of just like 6 months. She was throwing it down huge, getting sideways, dangling her leg and her arm. I thought for sure she was going to get on the podium. They called out 3rd and 2nd and it wasn't her, so I was like, oh, it could be.
Whip-Off World Champion! Give it up for Janelle!
Really cool to see her get that win and gain the title of Whip-Off World Champion. After that, we all had to go celebrate as a team. Outside of racing in Whistler, there's also definitely a bit of a party scene happening. There's events on each night with different DJs and artists playing in different bars and clubs. It's really fun to let the hair down every other night. One highlight of our Whistler trip this year was definitely Jim getting a chance to do a DJ set with Lucid one evening.
What did she do?
We gel on a lot of things at the team, and I think drum and bass is a pretty big part of that. Someone's got to win the after party. I think we swept the podium that weekend.
Random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
The Gill slalom course was pretty intimidating. Some huge rollers to start off with, then this fat road gap, shark finny sort of thing, straight into a berm, which was kind of small. It's hard with the like mandatory gaps that have like rock gardens in between. It's weird when you're going onto like little bikes when you've been riding big bikes all week.
It's actually really fun to ride. It's just like quite narrow, fast, and it's a little bit sketchy, but here and there.
Once I made peace with deciding not to do that feature, I started to enjoy the rest of the course a lot more, just try and go as fast as I could in all of the places. Started working through the rounds and ended up in the gold medal final against Geordie. Geordie was the only girl hitting that road gap feature, so that definitely gave her an advantage. Still super fun to finally get back into being in a gold medal final.
The silver medal. Let's hear it for the Queen of Crankworx, Gill!
It always just feels that extra bit special, getting on the podium in Whistler. There's just more people about, more spectators, more people watching. If I could only get a medal in one place, it would always be Whistler. Getting towards the end of the week, pump track was the last event. I think everyone, including myself, was starting to feel a bit tired, fatigued. The body was feeling it. The pump track course itself was pretty challenging. It was a full commitment course and not really much room for error. Literally, you dropped in first corner and there's a mandatory gap into a berm, round another berm, and then gap to get to the finish line. Honestly, it was a process and hard work to get through the course. Honestly, my goal for each heat was to complete the track and successfully jump the jumps. I think I managed to achieve that, just about. I went out before the semi-finals and then just sat down on the grass and watched the others racing, supported Jayden.
Final four and yeah, extended race on the
Jayden Fleming not taking any chances.
From this side, when you look up and they're almost like fastest. So you can see he's going to be working hard here to claw back that time, and Jayden definitely taking the advantage here. Is it enough?
Ended up finishing 4th in the overall Queen of Crankworx standings. It was really cool to be able to pass the crown to Geordie, our new Queen of Crankworx.
The ceremonial passing of the crown from the 24 Queen to the 25 Queen Whistler. Let's make some noise for these two.
Martha's season last year is kind of what I planned my season to be this year. Just in the background, just doing exactly what she needed to do. That consistency really paid off, and the well-roundedness of her riding was something that kind of inspired me to pick my downhill bike back up and try to make sure I could round out that side of my riding.
Geordie's awesome, great friend, great competitor, and there's no one else I'd want to pass the crown to. This year has definitely been a huge learning curve for me. I'm starting up my own brand and starting the team. There's a lot more admin and logistics that goes into everything. It's definitely made it more challenging for me as an athlete and for me to achieve my personal goals, but it's also so rewarding to see Jayden and Janelle working hard, achieving their goals and benefiting from the support I'm able to offer. I'm really stoked on how this year has gone, especially with it just being the first year of Lucid Gravity. I think it's been pretty successful considering, and I just can't wait to see where it ends up in the future. Heading into 2026, I describe Lucid Gravity as more of a multidiscipline mountain bike team. We're going to do a couple Crankworx events, but not the full world tour, and there's a couple free ride events going on. I guess all that's left to say is a huge thank you to everyone that's a part of the team, everyone behind the scenes, everyone that supports what I'm doing, what we're doing, especially all the sponsors that support the team, and finally you guys. Thank you for watching this. Subscribe, please.